Hi, and welcome to the Skincarma Pod. I'm Carmine, the creator and voice of the Skincarma blog. With more than 25 years in beauty as a brand builder, copywriter, and skincare junkie, I'm putting my product wisdom and expertise to work demystifying skincare. Today on the Skincarma Pod, I'm excited to welcome Theresa Plavoukis, a veritable beauty guru, product developer, and founder of Fat Mermaid, the breakthrough supplement brand introducing bioavailable liquid marine collagen. Theresa and I met several years ago when we were working to develop the dermatologist inspired brand Virgin Skin Beauty. I was impressed with her grasp of beauty, branding, and product formulation from the moment we met. After all, we're cut from the same cloth. Our careers through beauty have followed similar paths. Like me, Teresa has been immersed in beauty for more than 25 years. She's held roles in marketing and PD at both L'Oreal and Lauder. For the past 10 years, she's focused her energies on scaling skincare, hair care, and nutritional brands. She's a multi-award winning product developer in every corner of the beauty business, in hair, skin, body, and fragrance. Teresa's seen trends come and go, brands soar and sour, and ingredient innovations seemingly on steroids. And just last month, all of that culminated in her latest endeavor, the founding of her own breakthrough beauty brand, Fat Mermaid. She's harnessed collagen innovation that the market was ripe for and consumers rallying for. Clumpy collagen powder is so last year. I'm excited to talk to her about her aha moment after all those years of building for everyone else, and to get the scoop on her first to market collagen innovation and the story behind that brand name. It's genius, and I'm jealous that I didn't come up with it myself. Let's talk to Teresa. Teresa, hi.
Hi, Carmine. That was very lovely. Very nice. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, I mean, collagen powder, like nobody has a pleasant experience with
Come
that.
on.
Come
Who's
on.
got the time?
It was
Yeah.
it was it was ripe for innovation. We're gonna get
I
into
think so.
all of that, but I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Like where did you grow up? Where did Teresa come from?
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm actually right back where I started. So
Oh,
I grew up in Greenwich, Connecticut,
hmm.
bordering New York City. So I'm sort of a city girl too. Went to school in Rhode Island and then lived in the city for 10 years, worked in beauty immediately. I was actually on the advertising side at McCann Erickson, and L'Oreal was my account for a few years. So
Oh
my
wow.
first few years were doing all these glamorous shoots and working with models and booking manicurists and just really fun stuff like that. I was very junior. And then the client hired me after a few years. So I went then to Maybelline. And so I was in the city for, oh gosh, living there 10 years and then back out to Greenwich after we had a kid number two,
Hmm.
and then commuted in. So I've been commuting in ever since. But I've been in beauty for, a lot of years, 20 plus plus years.
I hate saying that
Yeah.
too. It's the same thing.
You have to say too many.
Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly. But
decades. Yikes.
yeah, no one needs to know. You can stop counting after a little
No
while, but
one
it's been
needs to
it's been a
know.
few years.
Right. At some point, it's just dot dot dot. I think we
Exactly.
talked about the fact that I also grew up in Connecticut, not far from you,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
very funny. I was this close to going to college in Rhode Island. I had gotten
Okay.
accepted at Salve Regina on
Yeah,
like
sure. In
yeah,
Newport.
and I ended
Hmm.
up going to Worcester to college.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. Both
yeah,
great schools.
and then we
Can't go
both
wrong.
ended up in New
New
York.
England.
We both ended up in New
Hmm.
York in beauty.
That was the calling.
Yeah,
That's where we went.
I guess it was, but you love it, I think, as much as I do, right?
I mean, listen, beauty is fun. It was fun on day one, and it's still fun because it's always changing. There is
Yes.
no permanent, this is the way to do it. Lipstick's not always going to be in fashion, but lip gloss might be. There's
Hmm.
just constant evolution, which keeps it new and trending. So it never gets boring. And then it happens the same way from category to category. It's all
Yeah.
about color. And then COVID hits and now it's all about treatment and skincare and hair care. And then everyone comes out of it and now they're into health and wellness, which is where we are now. So
Yeah.
constantly changing and always an opportunity for newness.
God, if I think back, those 3 decades to the kinds of things I was experiencing then, I was like an avid 3-step Clinique user.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it,
DDML.
yeah,
Hmm.
all of it. And that acid toner, that horrid acid toner.
Oh,
Oh my God. But
I mean,
anyway,
I yeah, they're all the trends, but they all have their moment. And there are some evergreen products, but the fun and beauty is that it's always changing and there's always a new idea that
yeah.
could work and change someone's life just a little bit.
Did you know you were going into beauty growing up? Is that what you wanted? What did you want to do when you were a kid? Did you want to be a
That's a
scientist? Because you're
really good
kind of a
question.
mix of science and beauty and all of it.
Yeah, I stopped just short of scientist, but don't tell a chemist that because they'll be like, she's nowhere near a chemist.
Right.
But yeah, product development. So I think I always wanted to be in beauty. My mom for Christmas, I should say, Santa Claus gave me a Revlon makeup kit under the Christmas tree, and I'm like, this is fun because it's like painting. It's
Yeah.
really just art. And then in college, I did a double major in marketing and studio art. So I was
Mm.
doing marketing business classes and then painting and drawing. And it's really all just making pretty things and making things come together. So for me, advertising was a natural, evolution from college. And I worked at my first job 3 weeks after I graduated from college in the city and then never turned back. So beauty was always the thing. I landed on the L'Oreal account and that was
Yeah.
just a perfect fit for what I wanted to do. And then I never left. I stayed in beauty the whole way. And then I was able to hit every category because if you stick around long enough, the
Yeah.
categories come to you. So started in color cosmetics, but then, worked in fragrance and I did mass fragrance and prestige fragrance, doing mass and prestige and the different retail options is always a good way to learn.
Yeah.
Um, Developed a lot of hair care. Skincare is never ending and every category within skincare. And now, most recently, wellness. So I've hit every category and they all translate into each other. And there's something to learn from each category because it's the
Yeah.
same customer buying across categories and she just wants different things from each category.
Would you say you gained that like lesson or insight from your days in big beauty? I mean, I was in L'Oreal for 7.5 years. Like, and anytime you talk to an ex L'Orealer, they always tell you this is the best professional experience I've ever had.
Hands down, I
Yeah.
agree. L'Oreal is where I learned how to do everything with beauty and how to do it right.
Hmm.
Because I was on Maybelline, which was a massive, massive global brand.
Yeah.
And, L'Oreal is based in Paris, of course, but Maybelline, the development was based in New York. So I was where the action was. I was in what's called the DMI group, where we did the
Yeah.
global development. I ran the eye category, so pink and green mascara, great lash, which was like so totally where the action was. And, the rule was if you don't launch with a 5 share in the first month, it's a failure, and that's
Oh
millions and
wow.
millions of dollars. And you're
Yeah.
launching in 30,000 doors on day one.
Yeah.
You are there, you are launched, you have a $50 million advertising budget behind you.
Right.
And it taught me how to be the leader in a category
Mm.
and you have to do things first and you have to do things better. Like we did not wait for trends to happen. We created the trends. So that really taught me like, okay, I don't have to just do what everyone else is doing out there. What can we do that's just never been done? That's totally different. And what can you learn? What's happening in another category that might translate over here?
Yeah.
Mascara gives you longer lashes, but what if your lashes would just grow longer? What
Mm.
if you could make them grow longer rather than just doing like the topical aesthetic?
Yeah.
Oh, supplements. So, yeah, L'Oreal, which is the leader in everything. The management was incredible. The travel, you're supported with an amazing team, and the labs are the best in the world. You got
Oh,
to
for
work with the best
sure.
chemist everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't understand that. People on the outside, how really best in class L'Oreal's labs are.
Oh, they really are. I mean, they're chemists. And by the way, Estee Lauder is the same because I went to Lauder after I was at L'Oreal. So I hit the two
Hmm.
biggest, what I would say, best in class. And of course, there are other amazing Coty, Revlon, all the rest.
Yeah.
But Lauder has the same mission, their labs. It's we need to create something totally new, not just do what's trending, but like, let's be the leader here. So, when you're on those teams, you get to work with chemists who are really, really thinking out of the box, and you get to create a category in some cases.
Yeah. So it sounds like you kind of absorbed that mindset of creating something new that no one's ever seen before. So, let's talk about your experience with collagen. And I've read the background on the brand, and you talk about how your journey began with a grainy scoop of collagen in your morning coffee.
Yeah.
And so
Mm-hmm.
talk about your aha moment. Like you're like, something needs to be done here, and I'm the one who can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there were a few things converging, I'd say. So, getting a smidge older, right? You start to see the lines and wrinkles, and having had access to the best skincare in the world, I used all of it. And then,
Mm,
maybe you start a little Botox and you start experimenting, and you're like, what else can I do to just keep looking fresh and have healthy skin at the end of the day? You want to look and feel healthy. Because I'm still going. I'm not stopping here. So I want to look good and I want to feel good. And these are my people. Um, so I was developing for a client. So I've been in product development and marketing on my own for the past 10 years, and I have a lot of indie beauty clients. And this particular client was skincare and some hair care, and they wanted to get into supplements. So I
hmm
said, okay, fine. I had done a lot of research for other clients, and I got pretty close to making some capsules. And then back to this one organic client, we were looking at tinctures, and you maybe know what tinctures are. They come in like the little dropper bottle. It looks
Yeah.
like, little serum. And they're high potency, and you drop them, and then you put them under your tongue, and then it gives you whatever you're looking for. In this case, I was putting an ashwagandha. One was for energizing, one was for calming down. So I had to do huge due diligence, exploratory, on finding the right supplement partner, because it's an ingestible. You go from topical to ingestible, and now you start thinking like, this stuff has to be healthy and good, and you do not want to have an adverse reaction when it comes to ingestibles. That was a whole new category for me. Like, all right, this is not like slight rash on the skin. This is like, you don't want to get people sick. So I really looked for the best in class labs, and I was able to find one for this tincture. And it got me, and we made these tinctures, and they're actually very beautiful.
hmm
Um, but it got me thinking, because I've been into supplementation for 10 years. I think I was the first person to take ashwagandha. I will swear by it. And I was just into everything. And then collagen really was a no brainer. I'll name it, was Vital Proteins, the blue canister, which everyone knows, huge, big,
Yeah.
awesome brand. They really launched the category here. I saw them first at Bergdorf like years and years ago. And I'm like, what is this ingestible beauty stuff? So I've been taking it for a long time. And, yes, scoop after scoop in my coffee every morning. And then I'm sort of like chained to the coffee, because you have to drink the whole cup to get all the
Right.
benefits from that expensive collagen you just scooped in. So I'm sort of like still drinking, don't want to leave because all my money's in the cup. And then there was like some sediment. It was powdery, it was thick, it was a little goopy, but I'm thinking, beauty is pain, fine, I can do it. And then after a while, I'm talking with these labs who make supplements, and I'm struggling with my own supplementation. So I'm like, hang on a second, let's put these two together. This can be done better. So I did what I always do, because I'm a product developer. It's what we all do. And I started researching the heck out of it and went down every rabbit hole. And I'm like, is powder really the best delivery system? I had heard about liquids. I know about gummies. Um, but I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I came upon liquid collagen as an option. Okay, this is good. Liquid's going to be much easier to take. Quick little pour like a shot. That'll be easy. But is bovine the best way?
Mm,
Bovine collagen. I'm like, okay, let me look that up. Obviously, it's from a cow. That's what that means. And then I did some research on where it's actually extracted from, and I wasn't too psyched about that. It's ligaments, it's bones, it's tendons, it's things like that. Now they do hydrolyze it, but it just didn't sit well with me. And then I started thinking, this explains like my little tummy ache that I get sometimes
mm.
with my scoops of collagen. So my skin was looking good, nails getting a little stronger, but I wasn't feeling good. So I'm like, okay, so liquid, what is the alternative to bovine? And so all of my research, and I read clinicals, and I mean clinical trials, and they are 30 pages long with font
Yeah.
this big. They're on PubMed. And by the way, I love that stuff. So I love to know how things work and why they're better. Are they actually better? I was open to it, maybe not finding a better solution. So as it turns out, marine sourced collagen has superior bioavailability to bovine collagen. What does that mean? I'm like, bioavailability, that sounds like a scientific important word. What are we talking about? It means how your body absorbs something and how it gets into your bloodstream and out into the places where your body needs it. So because marine collagen has a lower molecular weight, Daltons, as we call them in skincare, lower molecular weight allows your body to absorb it more efficiently and quicker, and you also need less for efficacy. So now I've got liquid is already, liquid form, so your bloodstream is going to absorb it. And now you've got marine, which means you're going to have more efficacious results and faster results by taking less. This sounds like a good combination, liquid marine. So, got to work on speaking with many, many suppliers. And of course, put down in a concept what I thought would be right. It should be a liquid marine collagen, but it should also have good skincare stuff in it, because that does work ingestibly. So vitamin C, hyaluronic can be ingested, and those can give you skincare benefits. And also, as it turns out, collagen cannot be active without vitamin C present, because vitamin C encourages collagen synthesis.
Right.
So let me just give you the way it works when you ingest it. So you take your liquid, marine collagen supplement, it goes, into your body, into the bloodstream, and it combined with vitamin C, it activates type 1 collagen. In this case, marine collagen is type 1 collagen, which is the same collagen found in your skin, hair, nails, eyelashes, and eyebrows. So your collagen gets in, goes out to those places, and the vitamin C activates it and makes it work. So it makes the synthesis happen, for your nails, eyelashes, and of course your hair, which is so important, and then gives your skin some radiance. So that is the story of Fat Mermaid. And then to explain the name a little bit, I was thinking, as I said before, beauty is fun, right? Everything should be fun. This is here to make women and men feel a little bit better about themselves. It's like a little moment, a little something you do for yourself so you feel better. That's why I use everything. Okay. I want to feel better. So I was thinking, okay, marine, this should be fun. Let's do something fun. What lives in the sea? Mermaids live in the sea. But what would this mermaid look like? There it is. So is she like a sexy mermaid? Maybe. Is she kind of cool? Is she like a little aloof? Is she fun? Is she glamorous? Whatever. I knew what she'd have. She'd have long, flowy hair. And she wouldn't be concerned about her body and what, she puts in it in terms of like, I need to be skinny. It was really about abundance. If you have thick, flowy hair, you look healthy. If your nails are strong and not brittle, that's healthy. That's what that looks like. If you have a glow and radiance to your skin, you look healthy and you feel good about yourself. So I thought thick, flowy hair, it's like fat hair. So she's a fat mermaid. It's for fun. Fat Mermaid. Because the other thing we noticed is that, in this category, if you go to all the collagen in the market, you will be presented with canister after canister, a huge tub of powder that you screw off, and it comes with a scoop. And that's fine because it's volume, but like, where's the precious, pretty looking thing that does exactly the same in terms of benefit, but faster?
Right.
And built for me, something pretty and fun. So all the collagen right now, most of it is geared towards joint support and helping inflammation, which, by the way, it absolutely does. Fat Mermaid does too. But this particular collagen with the high concentration of type 1, which is marine, as I said, is designed for beauty. It's designed for thicker hair and longer lashes and glowy skin and not brittle nails. And that's what this is. It's a beauty product. Will it help your joints? It sure will. But this is like your extra thing you do for yourself that takes 10 seconds.
10 seconds. I've been doing it every morning since you sent it to me. adding it to my,
That's it.
it's very funny when you said earlier that, you mix powder or whatever with something, and inevitably you're done drinking it and there's still powder at the bottom of the glass, and you're like,
I'm kind of
well, there
wasting it.
goes the
Yeah.
rest of my magnesium, because
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not an early adopter of ashwagandha, but I do take like 10, 12 supplements every morning, from,
Yeah.
of course, vitamin C, but, most of them are related to my brain health and moderating migraines. But I was also one of those people who was doing the collagen powder, and I just kind of got sick of it. And
Hmm.
so this stuff, like, talk about creating something pleasurable. And not only is it easy to use, but it's delicious. And I had to tell you,
Yes.
you were like, I can't wait for you to try it. I want to know what you think of the flavor. I make celery juice every morning. And for anybody who's making celery juice, like, you think that celery is so blah, but when you make it in your NutriBullet, it is so gross to me. Like, I can eat a celery stick, I have no problems with that, but I'm making celery juice, I just hate how it tastes. And then I have my magnesium powder in there, and my L-ascorbic acid powder. I don't know, and it's just disgusting. And I started pouring a cap full of this in it, and all of a sudden now it's delicious.
Okay, good. That I'm so glad to hear you say that, because that was our intention. So, my business partner, who Carlos Timoreos, who
Yeah,
is like total expert in many
yeah,
categories in
yeah,
beauty.
yeah.
Um, so we designed this to be an unflavored sweet taste,
Mm,
because when we're looking at the category, you've got the powders, which have no taste but the graininess, and of the liquids that are out there, boy, do they have some challenging tastes,
yeah,
because there's a sweet spot to be achieved, which we hope we got, and we're still waiting to hear. It's good to hear that you like it, but we're open to hearing more about feedback on the taste. But what happens when you try to put too much collagen in? Collagen by nature has a taste, just much like an athletic greens would have a taste, or a
yeah,
colostrum, but
yeah.
you deal with it because the benefit is worth it, right? You're like,
Hmm.
I'm going to suffer a tiny little bit because I'm going to get something good out of this. We didn't want people to suffer at all. We wanted it to be enjoyable, as enjoyable as it could. So
Yeah,
for some of the liquid collagens out there, they double up on that collagen level, but then they're really fighting to get a taste that's palatable. So then they end up putting all this sugar in there, and then more masking flavors. And there's a
yeah,
lot of berry flavors that are out there that are kind of good, but you're really, you do a shot of that and it's like, wow, that's a little tough to get down. But we tried to make ours, let's say, pleasant. We call it unflavored sweet taste. It adds a little bit of sweetness that does not have a berry flavor or any other flavor that you may or may not like, and it won't disrupt the flavor of your iced coffee, which, by the way, I drink year round. So I wanted to add a little sweetness to it,
mm,
or your hot coffee. I put it in my yogurt. I just rip the top off, pour it in, stir,
mm.
eat. It's a no brainer. But it does not affect the end taste, and that was our intention. It adds a little sweetness without adding a different flavor.
Yeah, that's exactly what I get the sense. I mean, it still tastes like celery juice, but it's sweet, a little bit sweeter and more palatable. And so
Yeah,
that's how I've
that's it.
been taking. I did swig it, out of the cap the first time. Um, Perfectly easy to do and pleasurable. I have yet to try it in my morning yogurt, and oddly enough, I also have yogurt every morning with a bowl of berries and granola. And
Yeah,
maybe I'll pour
yeah.
some of this on that tomorrow and see how it is. But it's such a great product.
I'm so glad. I mean, they're really, we have just launched, so we're
Yeah,
learning really everything. Every day we learn a new way that people are taking it. So, straight like a shot. People are adding it to their water and they just drink the water, and it's like a lightly sweet water, which they've never had anything like that before. That's interesting.
yeah,
The yogurt, the smoothie's a no-brainer.
yeah.
Iced coffee, hot coffee. A woman said she added it to her tea. It adds a little sweetness to tea. So it's really whatever works for you. You can make energy bites with this, like the oatmeal granola energy bites with
Mm,
chocolate chips added in there, a little sweetness. So however you want to take it. But, to me, the easiest way is pour, shoot, rinse,
Yeah.
back on,
Yeah.
boom, done and done.
It sounds like it's also a good replacement for honey even. I was thinking cuz sometimes I pour honey over
Yeah.
my yogurt and I wouldn't need to pour honey over the yogurt if I poured some of this
You
on it.
you wouldn't. And
Yeah.
the viscosity is not unlike honey, as you've
Yeah,
seen.
it's thicker.
There's a little thickness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
not
the
as
collagen
slow
in there.
moving as honey, but yeah.
Right. Right.
So I have a question. Do you characterize this as is Fat Mermaid a supplement brand? Is it a beauty brand? Is it a wellness brand? Is it a nutritional? I don't know. Like, how do you classify it? I don't want to do that for you.
Well, I'd love to know what you think. So
Maybe it's all three.
it's for sure. Yeah, hey, we don't know where we're going to go with it. Let's see how
Yeah.
this goes. But for sure, it is a supplement. It's a
Yeah.
supplement. I mean, we have, to that point, we have, the full supplement panel,
Hmm.
and we have the amino acid profile. So some liquid collagen supplements, or just liquid supplements in general, don't bother with the amino acid profile because it's just not as dense and rich in the amino acids. But we are, so we want to talk science. This is real science, and so this is for sure a supplement. It's a supplement, but it. I would consider it a supplement beauty hybrid, which puts us squarely into wellness and next gen wellness, if you will.
There you go.
Next gen in terms of, yeah, it's liquid, which is a departure obviously from powder. It's marine, which is a newer source, and by the way, is sustainable because it's made from fish skins, which otherwise would be tossed,
Right.
and it's from certified fisheries. So farm raised in this case is a very good thing because we are not taking wild caught from the ocean and decreasing the ocean's population of fish.
Oh, that's great.
So
No mermaid would do
yeah,
that.
so mermaids would never do that.
No.
And then, our packaging is sustainably sourced as well. So it's made from recycled materials and it's recyclable. So all the things that make a wellness product, I think we have those building blocks here. Definitely supplement to start, but leaning really hard into beauty. It is a beauty supplement. Yeah.
Do you think the consumer, I'm just wondering what your consumer insights are. So, not even that long ago, when did Vital Proteins come out and start pushing the concept of enhancing your beauty or addressing signs of aging from within? Is the consumer ripe for that? Is the consumer ready for that? Is the consumer craving that? Are we ready to give up the concept of miracle in a jar and applying topical skincare to our face and seeing results from that? Do you think they're ready? And is this something that they want?
This is definitely an add-on, right? It's a supplement. So it's an add-on. I wouldn't say you don't need your moisturizer anymore and stop using your retinol at night and don't use your topical vitamin C. Not at all. This works in combination with your skincare that you've probably spent a lot of time finding just the right ingredients and formulas and
right
everything
here.
that work for you, right? Me too. Like to me, this is an add-on, but there's topical beauty and solutions, skincare solutions. I mean, love moisturizer serum. I'm here for whatever that next thing is. But this is an add-on to your beauty routine in the form of an ingestible. So I would take this. I mean, get up in the morning, I wash my face, I put on my serum, my moisturizer, my SPF, of course, come downstairs, do my shot, and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just part of my day. It's like brushing my teeth. So it's a little additional thing that you do for yourself because it makes you feel better, because the clinicals will tell you after 60 days of continued use of only 5 grams, and by the way, this is 6 grams a dose, you will see improvement in skin elasticity, skin hydration, firmness, bounciness, less brittle nails, stronger nails, decrease in lines and wrinkles, particularly around your eyes, and thicker hair. Your hair gets thicker.
I have yet to see that, but that would be nice.
I mean, it's one of those things you have to stick with. It's a part of a little beauty routine that shouldn't feel like, Yeah, and it shouldn't feel like an extra step in a chore. This shouldn't be like, I was saying with the powder, like, oh, God, I'll drink this whole cup before I go and catch the train. It's like,
Yeah.
no, one and done,
Yeah.
10 seconds. You just did something good for yourself. And then after a couple months, you'll start to see like, oh my God, wait, hang on. I have a couple of friends who have been texting me photos of their nails.
Mm.
And they're like, wait a minute, this stuff works. Like my nails are thicker. I'm like, I told you. And then I have a friend with like a little bit fuller hair. She said she went to get a blowout the other day and her stylist was like, what's in your hair?
Oh,
And she
wow.
said nothing. She's like, I've been using collagen. And
Mm.
so she's on her third bottle. So like it's, you got to stick with it. It's a little good routine to get into every morning that takes no time. And you're doing it for yourself. You're going to feel like a little bit better. And it takes no time. So it's like a little effort, a little thing you do for yourself. And because it's fun and it's a beauty product, why would you not do it? Because it's
Right.
clinically proven to work.
And it's pleasant.
It's pleasant. It's fun.
It's
It tastes
pleasant.
good. And
Yeah,
like,
there's no work
yeah,
involved. It's really,
yeah.
really a pleasurable product. So put your product development hat on again and talk to me about the biggest challenges in creating a liquid marine collagen product that actually works and tastes good. Like, you've
Okay.
made a lot of products in your day.
A lot of products, a lot of products. Yeah, I mean, this one was a whole new challenge, and again, with my partner Carlos and I. So we found an excellent supplier who really understood our mission and vision
Mm,
for this to be a beauty product, and we knew exactly what aesthetics we wanted. But you are not up against, but collagen is collagen, and in liquid form, it acts a certain way, it smells a certain way, it's the viscosity is a certain way. So that's not going to change, especially with, we wanted an efficacious amount of collagen in there. There are some clinicals that say with only 1 to 2.5 grams per day, you're going to see results. But we're like, no. I had found clinicals that said at 5, you're going to see real results. So we went for 6, and that was our sort of happy medium amount of collagen per dose that we wanted to achieve. And then the challenge was adding that flavor in without an actual flavor. So unflavored,
yes.
pleasant, sweet taste. Challenge to the chemists. And they were up for it. They wanted to solve this problem with us because no one else was doing it.
Right.
No one else was doing what we were doing. So we went through, a year and a half worth of,
Mm,
submissions and a lot of fails. And then we started to get there. We're like, wait a minute. And it was like, it wasn't, oh my God, this is delicious. Like, wait, I don't hate this one. This one's not
right.
horrible. I don't want to spit
Totally.
this one out.
Right.
Let's double click on that one. Let's go a little bit further on that. And so we just tweaked and tweaked. And we did, market research with
Ah, wow.
customers, and we each have networks of, I'll call them wellness customers. And
Mm,
I have friends who are nutritionists, some are dermatologists, some are just personal trainers, and they work out like crazy and they prioritize their health and nutrition. And they were early on in supplements. So we identified these people and we set up a little market research. We had questionnaires. And we went through a few rounds even with them. It wasn't like we got one and then said, okay, this is it. You like it? Good. Let's go. It was like, nope. The first round was not great. The second round, a little bit better. Third round was looking pretty good. And we did our little top 2 box. Definitely, probably will buy. And
mm-hmm.
then we said, this is it. We want to do it. This is the one. Let's cross our fingers and let's see if this is going to do it. But it didn't come easily. It was a challenge, and we hope we got it right. We think we got it right. But the consumer will tell us this is not. We are not so proud to be like, no, it does taste good. Not true.
Yeah.
If we get feedback, it's not working for everyone, then we'll probably, make some adjustment to the taste. But we are getting good feedback on the usability, the ease
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
use. It's like you just gave me 20 minutes back in my morning because I
Yeah.
don't have to wait to
You took a
finish my
pain point
coffee.
away.
We took a pain point
Yep.
away, and then we, added what we hope is this pleasant taste. So it's a new nutrition experience, a new supplement experience, and we hope people get it and like it. And appreciate it for what our intention was to, you should be taking collagen because it's just going to make you look better and feel better. So you just should,
Right.
and make it easy and make it taste as good as possible.
Mm.
That's the mission. And then also I always say, make it fun. This has got to be fun. This is a fun thing. Beauty is fun. Let's all just have a little fun.
You nailed it. It really feels that way, that you injected that beauty is fun ethos into it. And those
Thank you.
canisters of powder are not fun. They feel more
Mm-mm.
like medicine, like you have to take your medicine if you're really committed to
Mm-hmm.
this. And
Mm-hmm.
we know that it takes time to build collagen. It's hard to commit to something like that, and particularly when the results aren't as obvious, particularly in the short term. So, and I can't even imagine, I'm thinking about the type of products that you've made in the past, and all of a sudden you actually had to taste all of the lab submissions. That must have been so wild.
It was totally different. I mean, how
Yeah.
many mascaras did I try, and liners, and you're doing your blush. And then,
Right.
even when you're developing, color cosmetics, obviously the easiest quick payoff, right? Lip gloss, good, right shade,
Yes.
not good
Yeah.
shade. It's a good applicator. It's not a good applicator. Those are easier to identify if they're going to work or not. But with skincare, it takes time, right? If you're developing a retinol product, which I have done recently, you're obviously looking immediately for adverse reaction, but you have to
Mm,
wait, 2 months, three to be like, okay, wait, hang on, is that coming in?
absolutely.
This is not that different. You're
Yeah.
making an investment and you're trying something new, and you want to see if this works. And it, again, we're so interested in this being real science. So the clinical support that we found is real, and we hope it will prove out. I can tell you from me, like people are like, what are you doing? What are you doing to your skin? What's going on there? And what moisturizer you're using? I'm like, it's the collagen. I'm telling you, because I've had to
Right.
take so much over the past 2 years. It's like coming through, and
Yeah.
you have to stick with it, and it's like a little bit of an exercise routine, if you will, without the pain.
Sure. Yep.
You have to stick with it like any routine, especially if you're new to supplements. Introduce this, try it out, see if it works for you, and give it a little bit of time, to see if you get the results and the benefits. And again, according to the clinicals, you will start seeing a little bit thicker hair, a little bit longer lash, glowiness in the skin. The brittleness in the nails is the very first thing that people will notice, and that takes 4 to 6 weeks, and then with
Yeah.
continued use, it's only going to get stronger.
I can't wait for my nail artist to say, "What's going on with your nails?"
Oh yeah, oh me
That's
too.
gonna
I
be
really
my aha moment. I'm gonna text you and be like,
that
"She did
yeah
it.
that
She
yeah
said it."
because they know nails. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, she knows my nails so intimately, it's ridiculous.
it
3
is.
hours touching my fingers, like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, and the thing is, like, that's important to you. Strong nails are
Yeah,
important to you. You want those
huge.
to be strong. I want my hair to be long and thick, you know, for as long as I can go. And, glowy skin, yes, come on, bring it on. Like, let's do this. So I want this to work for people, and people have their things. You've got your nails, other people have their hair. A lot of women have skin. These are the most
Yeah.
important signs of health and beauty to them. Uh,
I think the
so you want it
nail
to
the
work.
nail thing freaks me out the most. People say all of that gel and the LED, it's going to damage your nails and blah 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 blah. So it's something that I expect, but it hasn't happened yet. Um, Listen, a
Okay.
couple more questions. Like, if I think about your history, you've scaled multiple indie beauty brands behind the scenes. Like, what's different and maybe more personal about being the face and founder of your own brand now?
Yeah. Um, it was really fun to be the person behind the brand, by the way. I
Yes.
know for a few years, I'm like, I'm going to set this up, and we're going to scale it. And, we put together budgets and P&Ls and new products and contract manufacturers and supply chain and all of that. I was perfectly comfortable to be the person behind the person. I had no problem doing that. And I liked doing it because I still got, um, a huge pleasure from it, right? To see
Yeah, yeah,
success of some products that
yeah.
you launched and like getting traction with retailers and things working. So I have never had a problem being the person behind the scenes. So this was um, difficult for me. I would say I have a fear of visibility.
Mm,
I got comfortable behind the scenes, and my partner Carlos is like, it's got to be you. You got to be the one talking because
yeah,
you're the
it's
customer.
true.
And I'm like, okay, fine. And I figure I am doing the same thing here with you that I would talking to a retailer or speaking with a supplier, or just trying to tell anyone about what this is, what it means, why it's important, because I do believe in this. I do believe this stuff works. I know it works. So I have to just get past that fear and
Yeah,
say this is the right thing for the business. Woman to woman, and men, this is for men too. The body, the collagen isn't like this, I'm going to a man, I'm not going to make it work. No,
yeah, yeah.
it's going to type 1 collagen, type 1 collagen. So I just have to get past that and be like, this, made by a woman for other collagen seekers. So it's been a little challenging, but I'm doing the best I can.
Everybody needs more collagen.
I think
we
so.
lose what, 1% of our collagen a year from like 30
So you
years
lose one
old.
to,
Like, yeah, one to
oh,
one and a
younger than
half.
that, younger than
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
yep, it's one. So everything I read is between 1% and 2%
yep.
per year, starting at age 25.
Oh God.
So without doing the math, I'm about 25% gone or
Right.
more,
Yeah.
maybe
But
double that.
I have a feeling
So
you've taken better care of your skin with sunscreen and all of that than the average
yes, of
consumer
course.
has, right?
Yes. Well, being a product developer, as you know,
Totally. Yeah.
if you don't have sunscreen, you have nothing. You
You have,
should just
don't
never leave
even
the house. You
bother
cannot
washing
leave.
your face.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just
Don't don't
do
yeah.
the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like health. So you lose the collagen. And the good news, and most people don't know this, is you can help replace that lost collagen
Yeah. Yeah, for
by
sure.
ingesting it. So
Mhm.
why would you not do that? Why would you
And
not?
I love how you framed it as it's a true supplement. If you should be using sunscreen to prevent collagen degradation. You should be stimulating collagen production with retinol at night, vitamin C in the morning, and then taking a bioavailable liquid collagen in the morning, and you should be good to go. Like you're
It's all
covering
part
all
of your
bases.
routine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's a quick add-on for you,
Hmm.
designed for you, to make your skin and hair better. So why not do it?
So I know you just launched, but I do want to ask, like, what do you imagine is next for Fat Mermaid? And you could say, look, I just
Well,
launched. We're working on this. We're not looking a year,
yeah,
2 years down the road, but maybe you are.
yeah. We certainly are looking 2 to 3 years down the road. The ingredient profile with collagen, vitamin C, hyaluronic certainly lends itself to other beauty categories. That goes without saying.
Hmm.
Um, but before that, do we introduce, a travel size? Are we
Yeah,
doing, do we make it even easier for people to take? How do we um, add SKUs for this customer? So maybe she has one that she keeps in her fridge, and then she has some packets to take with her when she's traveling, because our customer is definitely a traveler. And we want people to be able to have it with them all the time. Um, do we introduce a flavor because people want flavors?
yeah,
Are we
yeah.
going to get that feedback? Do we always have our forever unflavored SKU? It's
Hmm.
like having the clear lip gloss, right? I'm always going to have that one with me because I can add it to anything. But do we always keep our unflavored and then introduce other flavors? We don't know, but for sure, this first year is about learning what is working and what is not working.
Right.
And our ears are wide open in terms of, you cannot offend us. We are not going to be insulted. We want to make a thriving business. We want this thing to work, and we want people to take more collagen because we know they should. And so we're going to be on a listening tour, let's say, with our customers for this first year to really learn what they're liking about it, what they don't like about it, how they're using it. Maybe there are new ways and we didn't consider it. We do have, I digress for 1 second, a
Mm-hmm.
Fat Mermaid cocktail recipe, a Fat Mermaid mocktail recipe. There's no reason why this can't be worked in. So we want to learn from our customers about this product. And from the customers who are existing supplement users and like, oh yeah, collagen, now I'm just taking in liquid, I'm good.
Yeah.
To, I had no idea I could take a liquid sub. I had no idea that this could make my life a little bit better. Now I'm going to, so what are those new collagen users thinking? How has this changed their life? So we want to listen and learn and take the brand sort of where it guides us from the customer perspective and see how it goes. We are very excited to continuously read about the interest in increasing wellness assortments from
Mm-hmm.
retailers like Ulta has just come out and said, they're leaning into wellness. We know Credo is doing the same thing. So Target, obviously. So we feel and we're hoping that the retail world continues to open up to new forms of supplements, things that are easier, lower hanging fruit for customers who have been afraid of supplements,
Mm-hmm.
but making this easier for them. So we're hoping there'll be more customers from
Yeah.
retailers that are expanding their wellness assortments.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. We want to learn. We're going to listen and learn and see where it takes us.
All
Yes,
right. One final
exactly.
question. Help me demystify something here today. What's
Okay.
one myth about
Okay.
beauty, the supplement industry, wellness that you'd like to bust?
Oh, I think that some people think that it's sort of bogus, like, oh, they're taking this supplement, it doesn't really do anything.
Mm.
There's no proof. It takes extra time. I have to go buy the bottles. I have to go do this. And it seems like it's a chore. And does it really work anyway? Everyone always says, does it really work anyway? And people just don't have the patience to stick with it. It's with continued use, you will see.
Yeah.
And the clinicals support it. If people, and this is why we go overboard trying to communicate the science of the efficacy, because if people just read a little bit, it's like, actually, this stuff does work, but you have to be taking the right ones, right? You got to do a little bit of research as a consumer. If you're going to take an ingestible, know what what you're eating, but like know what you're ingesting, like do a little research, make sure there's an amino acid profile on your label
Mm-hmm.
and that it's, we're manufactured in an FDA inspected facility that was very certified core facility. It's the right thing. So I guess I would say supplements do work. You just have to take the right ones. So that's what I would say, demystifying, like some supplements do really work and they work really hard for you because they were formulated with care and with
Yeah.
science.
I love that. All right. So I hope everybody will check out the brand, fatmermaid.com. It's delicious. Get yourself a bottle. Trust me, you will be hooked. Thank you, Theresa. I really appreciate this. I'm so excited
Thanks,
for you.
Carmen.
Congratulations. You nailed it. It's an
Thank
A+
you.
product in
Thank
my
you.
book. Skin
Oh,
Karma
thanks,
approved.
Carmine. Yay. Thank you.
All right. Ciao.
Bye.
All right. Seriously, I hope you'll all check out this product. If you're taking a collagen supplement, really take a look at this one. Powders are so cumbersome and wasteful. Mine always goes down the drain. Like I'm chugging that and I'm done and I'm like, oh my God, some of it just didn't melt or mix or solubilize or, whatever the word is for it. It goes right down the drain. So check it out, fatmermaid.com. Thank you for listening to the Skincarma Pod. Find more insights, real talk, and reviews of my favorite skincare products on the Skincarma blog at skincarma.com. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate and review this episode. It helps me to reach more listeners. Ciao.